Empire. Legends are interacting via AI.
We understand that there will be a combination of questions bucketed in from lifestyle to mindset to preparation to insights from their parents.
That's Eric Frye, CEO at Versus, who has built a platform that marries skills and mentorship through the eyes of some of the biggest athletes in sports. This is the Future Sport Podcast. I'm Bram Weinstein. Versus is spelled VS, and some of the legends that Eric Frye is working with include Padres star Fernando Tatis Jr., future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols, and softball legend Jennie Finch. After the interview, we're going to play you some of the live demo that we got where you can hear how this AI actually works. Our guest this week is the CEO of Versus VS, Eric Frye, who is leading an edtech company that provides aspiring athletes with access to elite skills training and mentorship through exclusive video content and really interesting conversational AI technology. Hi, Eric. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, great to be here, Brian. Thank you for having us.
You just took me through an exhibit of what you guys have built. You're going to hear about some of this in a moment. But first, take me through the idea and the background of this. Why did you build this platform?
Yeah, great question. Oliver and his wife, Amber Marmall, really this originated back in 2013. They had went on a mission trip and had the opportunity to give back to some kids. And after receiving a thank you with a picture of those kids around the table, I think Amber looked over at Ollie and said, "How can we do this times a million?" And was a real unique experience for them, really tugged at the heart, but it made Ollie really begin to think, hey, why am I where I'm at? And he was where he was at as he reflected on it because of mentors in his life, because of the access that he had to some incredible and talented people, and because of the ability to ask questions. That led him to, and he and Amber, to conversations with Mike Schilt, and they began to explore what this could look like and dream about it. And then ultimately, fast forward to 2019, that led them to me and my partner at Key 7 Investment Company, and we listened to their dream. We evaluated what they had done to date with it, and then the journey began to bring it to life, and we became the seed investors and decided to allow the current next generation of athletes, parents and coaches the opportunity to have access to the world's best and to unique curriculum, and give them the opportunity that Ollie had back then, which was the ability to ask questions and receive feedback in real time.
One of the really interesting aspects of the platform, which you showed me and we'll share with the audience in a little bit, is the ability to ask a question and have the athlete answer it through AI technology. Take me through the process of figuring out what you wanted those topics to be, because this is not Alexa. You can't ask them anything. So take me through that process of figuring out how you wanted that to interact with users.
Yeah, great question, Ram. It's a pretty intense process of evaluating the specific talent, or maven, as we like to call them, expert or connoisseur. And we understand that there will be a combination of questions bucketed in from lifestyle to mindset to preparation, to insights from their parents growing up and how that shaped them as athletes and coaches, and then ultimately skills. We know that we're going to have 2D content for most of our full courses, and and the ability to ask questions about those skills and to gain more insight is critical. So it's each Maven is answered between 300 and 700 questions, depending on the length of the conversational AI sessions, and it's pretty incredible. And in the future, Bram, we'll let users shape that. We know that we'll be asked questions on the platform that we didn't cover. We'll be able to monitor that, and we'll be able to incorporate that insight into future sessions.
And take me through the skills too. How did you go through thinking about what you wanted the experts to teach it and how you wanted that presented through the platform to users?
Well, I'll give you some real examples. I mean, Albert Pujols is one of the greatest hitters of all time. And so no question about it, he's one of the greatest technicians in hitting of all time. And so, we knew from research and personal experience with Albert what we wanted him to teach. We engaged in the holistic approach of not just the different drills that have made him successful, but his mindset and how he takes that onto the field day in and day out to compete in a grueling 162 game plus schedule, because he's been in many postseasons, and how he's done it for so many years. So that's one example. The other would be a legend like Ozzie Smith. We understand that there are fans all over the world that want to know more about what made Ozzie who he is, and the insights from some of his experiences. And then you've got someone like Jennie Finch that, has perfected the art of the rise ball, but also is a great, just a great ambassador for young ladies all over, inside the sport and outside. And we really just wanted to get a holistic look at how she has grown as a young lady into a woman and now a parent, and how she's achieved at such a high level and continues to give back to the community.
I get the skills part of it, that's going to be a sell. It does feel like the core of this is mentorship. Is that where you've kind of landed at where the value of this is? Because it seems that you keep going back to that these are the stories that these people can share and tell users.
Yeah, no question. We look at 3 M's when we think about this model. One is for them to physically model the things that have made them successful. 2, for them to mentor along the way and to teach these skills, and both soft skills and hard skills. And then ultimately to help that athlete, that parent, that coach multiply and have and flourish and become the best version of themselves.
How does a user go about getting feedback, in particular with the skills training? Is there a way to interact with it where you're learning this technique from Albert Pujols or Jennie Finch? And is there a way to get feedback as you try to master it yourself?
Yeah, currently where we are, Bram, is they can eventually in our next iteration, you'll not only watch, as an example, Albert hitting the outside fastball, but the app will prompt you on the, let's say, the 5 to 8 questions where Albert's expanded on that. As far as individual feedback, we're consistently looking at ways to take the app to the next level and the experience to the next level, to give immersive video components that allow you to capture video and get feedback. But for now, it's real-time feedback that you're able to get by asking questions related to your skill. And we're not trying to replace, Bram, the benefit of real coaching on the field in any sport, but simply trying to accentuate it and help the athlete take that to the next level.
Yeah, take me through the idea of the technology with real life coaching. I'm sure you've had to kind of think about this, how they're married with one another and how you can, through a platform like this, literally interact with real life coaching. How do you guys kind of envision the future of modern engagement and modern coaching with young athletes?
For us, it really is about scalability. There's been certainly some challenges when you think about hundreds of thousands of users and scaling what we would call real-time feedback in terms of video feedback. But when we think about that, we certainly think about ways that we can, help the athlete, capture the skill by watching the world-class athlete perform. We know that there's the ability for them to have access to other tools and videos that will allow their on-site coach or on-site instructor to advise. But for us, it's really about making sure that we iterate with the app in a way that you can truly scale. And we will have specialty courses and down the road experts that I believe allow us the ability to provide more detailed feedback.
Yeah, it's interesting. It has this look, the platform of masterclass on some level, and then it also has a look of inside the actor studio where you're doing a deep dive interview. It's kind of a marriage between the two of them.
It really is. I mean, we think Masterclass has done an amazing job at being a early catalyst and pioneer in the overall ed tech space. Where we see us being different for sure is that depth in sport, the depth behind the holistic journey in sport. And then, how many times have you heard a coach tell a young group of athletes, hey, the chances of playing pro are slim, but, this is about your character development. This is about you being the best you can be and becoming a great human. And so we certainly have a goal to do that. We have a goal to provide access to this, to even those that are less fortunate. There's going to be a community, a charitable component to this as well, where we reach out in the communities that we have the privilege of serving and through the organizations that we have the privilege to work with, to make sure there's a broad access even to those who can't afford it.
Tell me about growth. Obviously, you're going to need eventually a lot of athletes, former, current, that would take part of this. How are you going about recruiting athletes to be part of growing this?
Yeah, great question. We have signed 23 to date and have found that we have a pretty intense vetting process for our mavens, our experts, and those are athletes and coaches. And in looking through the lens of those criteria, we believe that we've been able to find the right fit. We just had a content meeting earlier about 3 or 4 more that we're engaged with that we expect to sign. And so I envision that fast forward 3 to 4 years, we've got 150 plus on the site with probably 6 or 7 different sports verticals being featured. We've already captured some content in the football vertical. We have some basketball investors and certainly intend to do that. And then we were looking at sports like golf and lacrosse and volleyball and others to add to the mix.
It's a very cool platform. Eric Frye is the CEO of Versus. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks so much, Brian.
Before we taped the interview, Eric gave us a demo, and here are some of the highlights of the AI in use. Excuse the echoing, as the demo was reverberating through multiple screens.
I'm going to hit play here. So this is giving you kind of a view of the UX UI from a mobile perspective, and you can see that you can scroll easily through our trailers of our various content and even explore our roster from Albert, Adam, Fernando, Ozzie, Jennie, Jessica Mendoza coming soon, and our soccer talent coming soon. So excited about that, and then we've got the ability to explore conversational AI content. We'll look at that in just a minute. But first, we'll give you an idea of how it flows. You've got the opportunity to see the course trailer here on Adam Wainwright.
Why do these people keep telling me I'm never going to make it? I started thinking, maybe it isn't them. Maybe they're not the ones that are crazy. Maybe I'm the one that changed. I got tears going down my face. I just started saying, from now on.
So this give you an idea too of Jennie Finch. She's known for the rise ball and striking out Albert Pujols. So give you an idea of one of her sessions here at the Art of the Rise ball.
We're going to break gravity. It's probably one of my favorite pitches, the rise ball. It's probably the hardest pitch to learn. It's a challenge. Stick with it. Don't give up.
And then here's an up-and-comer and talented guy in Fernando. We'll ask him about why does he wear the pink armband.
I wear the pink because obviously because I'm my mom. Like we're four boys out there, and I feel like how me and my brothers were always in the field. I feel like when she see us, so she can also remember we're also thinking about her because pink is her favorite color. And I took it as my favorite color too. So it's something that she always remember. I'm thinking about her.
In addition, we've got the ability with our talent to demonstrate actual skills through the AI in addition to the course content. So, for instance, with Adam Wainwright, he can show you how to throw the curveball. In this case, give you a little bit of UX UI on the different payment options. We've got a freemium option with a very limited experience, a standard option without conversational AI, but with the ability to test drive it. And then we've got the premium experience with unlimited course content from every athlete and as well as unlimited conversational AI. And at present, we've got over 3,200 interactions on the site. And then when we add the softball vertical, the soccer vertical, that will exceed 5,000 interactions.
On the next Future Sport podcast, NIL doesn't have universal practices yet.
So that's the quote-unquote game that we're playing, is that we're not using this as an inducement, if you will, for recruits or transfers. We don't buy recruits and we don't buy recruiting classes. And I think in the long run, we're going to feel really good about where we're positioned versus some of the other schools that are making the splash news right now.
That's Lo Davis, Executive Director of Cavalier Futures, which is working with the University of Virginia to help their programs take advantage of the modern collegiate marketplace. That'll do it for this episode. As always, the future is now. This is the Future Sport Podcast. I'm Bram Weinstein.